Good morning, and happy team meeting Tuesday. Wow, I must say today is a very wet and woolly day. I didn't get much sleep last night because the rain was like pouring so heavy, but I'm not going to complain anymore because I wanted to send my love and support and gratitude to all those people that are in areas that are being affected, are being evacuated, and really, are in a spot of bother. I feel like it's, they went from fires to COVID and now floods. So my love to all the people in regional New South Wales or Western Sydney as well, to stay safe, stay warm, and so happy Tuesday to everyone. That was a bit of a softer, lighter note, but on a more fun note, I've got some fun things to share today, being Team Meeting Tuesday. I hope you're incredibly well. It's nearly Easter. Next week, actually, we've got a 4-day week next week. So excited for Easter, and Q1 is just about over as well. So I hope all of you who set some big goals for Q1 have achieved them. If not, pen to paper, let's sit down this week. Sorry, my son was just ringing me and I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, so let's get into it for Team Meeting Tuesday. I've got some good jobs on the job board. But remember, if you haven't achieved those goals, go back to your goal setting list and priorities and figure out if you can run quickly to the finish line for Q1 to meet those goals. Okay, so Sydney, I'm going to do Sydney first. So Sydney, we have a strategic EA role going at Willow. So Willow is a startup tech business. It's a global organisation. It was recently ranked in the top 10 startups in Australia. Look, it is a performance-based team with a highly intellect of individuals that are in this Willow business. Basically, they are looking for a brand new EA to support the co-founder and CEO who is based here in Sydney. But they're looking for someone that can really deal on a global basis, on a global basis at a strategic level. They are in the tech space. So 1, if you haven't been in the startup world, 2, if you haven't supported in the tech industry, then this isn't going to be for you. But if you have and you want to take on the challenge, Willow is looking for a great role. You're primarily going to be working at a high level, at a strategic level, managing tight deadlines, working in different time zones. So it isn't a 9-to-5 job. You will be doing complex reporting as directed by the senior managers, which is spread out on a global scale. And there will be travel and hotel arrangements and bookings, things like that, which is normally required at that level when you're supporting a CEO because travel has commenced to go. They have tight deadlines. So the person that is going to be doing this role to support the CEO and co-founder at Willow has got to be someone that is attention to detail, can juggle multiple balls at multiple times, and really be at a senior level to support this very fast moving tech business. So Willow, I'll put that as for Sydney EAs. So Brizzy, your town has got a EA. They're looking for an EA to support them through a digital transformation. So if you have supported an executive through a process like digital transformation, this role is going to be for you. Your town, just to give you a little bit, they provide services for young people to find them jobs, learn skills, to become better parents, live safe and happy. So it is a charity and a non-for-profit, but this is really quite a good role. It's a fun role. It's a fast-paced role. They are looking for someone to support at an executive level, but also at a digital transformation. So the key here is if you have led a team or been part of a team that is a strategic project-based role through digital transformation, this role is going to be for you. But it is dealing, it's a great little business actually, your town. So that's Brizzy. Canberra, I couldn't choose. I actually couldn't choose a role in Canberra because Canberra have so many great roles going up. So I'm just going to cover off some businesses that have got EAs, PA roles at a strategic / transactional role base. So the ATO, KPMG, Deloitte, JLL, my friends at Serco have got a role going. And there's an EA at Bell Property in Queanbeyan. So Bell Property, as we know, is real estate. But this is actually a fun role. I looked at it and went, that'd be quite good to do. So there's no jobs that stuck out for me in Canberra, but I will say those guys in the Canberra market that keep saying to me, Mish, there's no roles. There's so many roles. As I said, ATO, KPMG, Deloitte, JLL and Serco. So some great businesses looking for some key staff at a transactional and a strategic combination role. Okay, so heading down to Melbourne. Hello, my Melbourne friends. It was a busy week for all of you last week in the EA world because you had some big events happening. So I hope all those incredible speakers survived and they've got back to normal. So there's a team administrator's role going with my friends at Xero. And as you know, as a business owner, Xero is my hero and I know my numbers to run my business. So it is a team administrative role. So it's sitting at more the transactional role. You need to be able to be fast-paced in this role. You will be supporting the executive general managers in the product leadership team. So as you know, with Xero, they are always coming up with new products, new strategies, and they are at a fast pace because they are trying to support small businesses on a constant go with that. So team administrator role, they want you to be a champion, looking from a global scale, not a domestic scale. So think big. And yeah, look, it's, as I said, you're going to be doing everything from tracking purchase orders to doing reports to helping with team events. Also, you will need to be working across the Xero family. Head office is based in Sydney, but they do have a big team in New Zealand as well. So that is a team administrator role at Xero based in Melbourne. And there is some working from home component in that, which I really, really love. Okay, across to my friends in Adelaide. It's the second week showcasing Adelaide roles. We've got the EFO to the CFO at Tafe South Australia. So this is a really critical role at Tafe South Australia. It's a very, very busy and high demanding, and it is quite complex because of the way the Tafe system works over there in South Australia. So you will be supporting the CFO with administrative tasks, diary management, scheduling meetings, internal and external stakeholders, both on a state and national basis as well. A lot of confidential stuff will be coming across your desk, so that they do stress the confidentiality and trust factor in this role. So EA to CFO, and actually the pay is, I was really happy with the number that it was offering. So I will post that in, I'll tag Tafe South Australia in that role. Okay, Perth, I'm giving you guys a big shout out because everyone says come to Perth. EA to CFO, another EA to CFO at the Water Corporation over there in WA. And this role encompasses performance, coordination, strategic oversight of a comprehensive range of reporting, executive duties, while being quite hands-on with the CFO because he is quite, his position in the business very, very high, and it's a high performance, high, fast-paced environment, if I can say that. And this one's an exciting role for the WA peeps, and I really like the core values of Water Corp over there in Perth. So EA to CFO in WA. So Perth friends, I did give you guys a shout out because there was a big thing for a shout out. Okay, events happening around town. So for those of you who don't know Brene Brown, I'm sure you all do. She runs some transformational events and she has people that roll them out. So her Dare to Lead events are being rolled out by Kerry and Tammy Coggan here in Australia. And it's a 2-day event. They have got Parramatta, Brisbane, Orange, Townsville and Sydney. So at the moment, the Brisbane one is happening as we speak today. Townsville's next, the end of this week, and that's sold out. But Parramatta's coming in July. They're heading to Orange, which is exciting because it's my favourite country regional town, in April. And they're back in Sydney also in May, at the end of May. So it's an exciting course. I will dump the link in the IGTV. But if you're wanting to invest in yourself from a transformation and also to really give you that next step up to lead from within, this Dare to Lead course is fantastic. 2 days. So be ready to take on a challenge. Be ready to step outside your comfort zone. It is, as I said, it's coming to 5 different places. I don't know why they didn't choose Melbourne or Adelaide or Perth, but for those interstates, maybe it's time to take a trip to come across and visit us. So Parramatta in July, Orange in April, and Sydney in May. So Brizzy's happening at the moment. Townsville's the end of the week, but they're all sold out for it. So that's a great investment for someone really wanting to, they've been trying to figure out, how do I invest in myself for 2021? What do I need to do? And that course is really, really friggin' incredible. It will ignite you inside. It will transform you to a different stage that you really need to go to. Okay. So, podcasts. I wanted to mention two podcasts that really last week, I've listened to them each 3 times. And I love when we go back to a podcast because it kind of affects us or touches us or inspires us or showcases so many gold nuggets so quickly. And it's like, shit, I've got to listen to this again. So my first one is Paul Scanlon. He interviewed Sarah Wilson, and we all know the beautiful Sarah Wilson with her healthy eating, cookbooks, etc. And she talked about the pursuit of meaningful connection. It was really interesting. And some of the stuff she said was like, wow. And it was a different way to think about connecting with individuals. It was also, it was a really interesting podcast. So I'll tag the link for Paul and Sarah's interview in here. And my other one is, I know I'm back onto Brene Brown, which I listen to her podcast every week. She's always in my lineup. But last week was part 1 of an interview she did with Dr. Susan David. And she talked about the danger of toxic positivity. Now I'm going to include some snippets in my newsletter tomorrow. So if you guys subscribe to my newsletter, you'll get some more download dumps on that. But that was a really interesting podcast. And as I said, 3 times I listened to it. And Dr. Susan had some really interesting points to talk about positivity and when we are in a situation, how to get out of it. So there is 2 parts to it. Brene Brown just could not keep speaking enough and asking so many questions. And Dr. Susan was like, oh my gosh, I've got all this stuff in my head. So I will share in the newsletter tomorrow. So that's part 1 with Dr. Susan David with Brene Brown. So, and it's called The Danger of Toxic Positivity. So have a look out for that one, and I'll share that in my newsletter tomorrow. So if you haven't subscribed, jump into that. The other thing is I was quickly going to say, because I'm mindful of the time and I always like to keep it to 10 to 15 minutes, is I have 1 ticket left for Canberra, 1 ticket left for Melbourne for In Conversation. So Canberra is the 8th of April and it's at the Willow Nishi, and Melbourne is the 14th of April. I just had to think, and I've got 1 ticket left for that. So we've got tomorrow in Sydney. Hopefully the rain stays away. And it's been a sold out event for weeks. So I'm excited. We've got Liv Wilson from LinkedIn. We've got Tracy Clark from Chet Pallets. And we've also got the incredible Lorinda Moore from IAG, who are joining me on the panel tomorrow for the In Conversation series. So that's another thing to add to you. My research paper is available on my website to purchase for those of you that can't make the event or who do make the event and then want to follow up with more data. So it's on there. I'm excited to share it with all of you. And it's got some incredible findings in there, especially the impact of technology, as well as the transactional versus the strategic EA. So yeah, the In Conversation series, Canberra and Melbourne peeps, 1 ticket left. And Adelaide's on sale now. So Adelaide's not until, I think, the end of April, early May. I actually forgot the date. So Adelaide peeps, I'm heading your way soon. So those tickets are on sale. So I'm going to leave you with, I forgot to say, for all my gin lovers, look at this. Pink grapefruit gin. It is a small business owner. I'm going to give a big shout out. Her name is Adele Barbora, and she's in Victoria. And she's created this online drinks and beverage platform. And this arrived yesterday. So if you're a gin lover, she's also got some wines on there. There's another spirit. I can't remember the other spirit. So if you're looking for a gift, it's a beautiful gift. It comes packaged. And she actually included 4 bottles of tonic water as well. So connect with those guys. And I'll drop the link in here as well. And before I go, I'm going to leave you with something from the incredible Lisa Messenger. It was from the other day, so it's not today's message or mantra, it's from the 20th of March. And just a little reminder as we end quarter one, and I'm hoping you've all ended on a positive note. But a reminder to forget yesterday, it's already forgotten you. Don't worry about tomorrow, you haven't met it yet. Instead, open your eyes and your heart to truly the precious gift of today. So that is my leaving note for Team Meeting Tuesday. Remember, guys, if there's any contribution that you guys want to send across to me for Team Meeting Tuesday, please send me a DM on here, LinkedIn, email, whatever is your form of communication, and I'd love to share with the community. So have a fantastic Tuesday. For all my peeps on the east coast of Australia, especially in Melbourne and Brisbane, because I know the wet weather's hit you, is to stay safe and stay dry. And to all the incredible communities in Western New South Wales, Northern New South Wales, and the outskirts of Sydney, I'm sending you massive love and support, and I'm hoping that you're all safe and well. See you guys next Tuesday.